सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। शुकासारिखे पूर्णवैराग्यजाचे वसिष्ठा परिज्ञानयोगेश्वराचे कवी वाल्मिका सारिखा मान्य ऐसा नमस्कार माझा तया रामदासा। गणाधीश जो ईश सर्वा गुणांचा मुळारंभ आरंभ तो निर्गुणाचा नमो शारदा मूळचत्वार वाचा गमो पंथ आनंतया राघवाचा। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ। So we were seeing the set of very beautiful verses that end with Nupekshi kada Ramadasa Abhimani. Last couple of sessions we have been seeing that Dasa Abhimani Rama kada na upekshi. This Sri Rama, Lord Bhagwan Ramachandra, who is Dasa Abhimani, who is very proud of his devotees, never forsakes his devotees, never leaves his devotees alone. Whenever they are in trouble, Bhagwan is there to help. He is always there with us. Why? As Antaryami also, as that guiding light in our life, and also as our pure consciousness, the self. Sada sarvada deva sannidha hai. But still, though he is always there, with lot of patience, krupalupane, alpadharishtapahe, he, with lot of compassion, he checks our patience. He is testing our faith, our patience, and what we can do. That's the only way for us to grow. Therefore, though he is very close, doesn't mean he will always take everything in his hand and he will do it. No. Sometimes he will just guide. Sometimes he will just give some hints that don't do. Now, as intelligent beings, we have to understand those hints and stop going from those places. See, sometimes you take up something in hand and there will be lot of obstacles. At every step there will be obstacles. Now, some people, they say that when there are obstacles, you become even more, you have more fortitude and then go for it. Also, we must find out the obstacles are coming from what kind of sources. When there are obstacles coming from negative sources of the society, you should overcome it. But when good people, noble people, wise people are asking you to stop, then we have to also take it as hint from Bhagavan that that is not the path where we should go. Because wise people are his, he is guiding them and therefore they are suggesting. Of course, we are not even talking about our Guru, because that, if Guru says no, then that becomes an instruction. That doesn't become any hint or anything. It's a clear-cut thing that you should not do it at any cost. Right? But there are so many other well-wishers, so many other noble people are there. Many times they ask you to, slow down. Sometimes they say be careful. Those are all the hints that our God, the inner conscience God, who is guiding us in all these things. Of course, as that consciousness, as that self, He is always with us. Sukhananda Ananda Kaivalyadani. And finally, He is the one who is going to give us that ultimate bliss. He is the moksha pradata. Whatever we do with human efforts, without God's grace, moksha is not possible. Without God's grace, anything is not possible, right? And so too moksha, that is Bhagavan. He will always save. Sada chakravakasi martanda jaisa, udi ghalito sankati swami taisa, hari bhaktica ghavagaze nishani, upekshi kada ramadasa abhimani. We have seen in the last session that like for Chakravaka bird, there is sun, Surya, who unites them. Chakravaka bird, we have seen, Kavi Kalpana, they are always in pair, but when they are separated, they are in so much of pain, and it is the sun who unites both of them. Sunlight basically. So like that, Bhagavan also makes sure that we get what we desire, what we deserve. And if we are in trouble, He will jump into our trouble and save us from the trouble. That's the word Samarth Ramdas Swami has used here, and we have seen also in the last session how he actually jumps. It is not for the sake of, saying that he jumps into it. No. We have seen the story also from Bhagavatam, right? Last session we saw Bhagavan Vishnu actually jumped to save that Gajaraj, to save, right? So he actually gives up all his devotees also for the sake of one devotee. All these things also happen. That is one of the anger reasons that Shri Mahalakshmi has towards Bhagavan Vishnu. That whenever some devotee calls, Bhagavan doesn't see left and right and he just goes. There is one very beautiful now in Maharashtra. Vitthal Bhagavan is very famous, isn't it? And if you see Vithala temple, Pandharpur temple, that temple is very unique and very interesting. Because Bhagavan is standing like this, and we know the story, Pundalik, his bhakta was there, and Bhagavan went to meet the bhakta. And Pundalik was doing, massage to his elderly parents, both parents, mother and father, and he was massaging their feet. So even when Bhagavan came, he said, Bhagavan, you wait, let me finish my work, then I will come. And then he just passed one brick to Bhagavan and said that, you wait on this brick. And so Bhagavan is standing, waiting there, and very interestingly, Rukmini, that is mother, is not with him. Mahalakshmi in the form of Rukmini, she is not with Bhagavan. She is standing little far. So Bhagavan is facing that Pundalika's house, where it was, and standing on the brick waiting. And mother is looking at Bhagavan from far with anger in her eyes. Why? See, for Bhagavan it is a very joyful thing that he is doing it for his bhakta, and bhakta says that, your Bhagavan, you wait, I am serving my parents. Bhagavan is very happy. Mother says, this bhakta is making my husband wait. See? She is very angry. So she is looking like that towards Bhagavan, that why are you waiting for such a person? Like, come, let us go. That's why if you go to Pandharpur also, Bhagavan and Vithala Rukmini are not together. Vitthala's statue is alone. Another place Rukmini's statue is there. And see, nowadays when we go to the temple, because of the queue and because of the directions, etc., we don't understand the dimensions and directions of the temple. But if you see carefully, those murtis are like this. Vithala is facing like this, and that Rukmini is facing Vithala. That is how the murtis are. So Mahalakshmi doesn't like anybody making Bhagavan wait, because she, of course, has so much of love for Bhagavan, right? But Bhagavan has no such grudge against any devotee. Any devotee has got any problem, he just jumps into it and saves. Mana prarthana tujala eka hai. Then what? Then from 38, verse number 38, another refrain is started. Refrain means the common last line which is there in all the verses. Right? So now what the refrain is, Mana Sajjana Raghavi Vasti Kiche. Oh my wise mind, please stay in Bhagavan. Stay there. Devote yourself totally towards that Bhagavan. That's what is the prayer to mind. And he says, Mana Prarthana Tujala Eka hai. I am praying to you. I have one request, one prayer for you. What is that? Rakhu Raja Thakita Ho Nipahe. Look at Bhagavan with stunned look. In Atma Bodha, very, very beautiful Vedantic text by Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankaracharya ji, he gives one example of Brahmara Kita. Very, very beautiful example is there of Brahmara Kita. Brahmara means bee, bumblebee. And Kita means worm. Sometimes Brahmara is also called wasp. Wasp and the worm. That's the example given by Shankaracharya ji. So what that example says is, the wasp gets this worm and puts this worm in a hole. And at the entry of that hole, that wasp sits. And whenever that worm tries to move even a bit, the wasp stings. So this worm gives up everything else and just keeps on looking at this wasp, doesn't move, doesn't do anything, and just stays there. And they say because of this total attention towards that wasp, the worm becomes wasp and starts to fly. Of course, because of stinging and because of poison also, all those things are also there, but worm doesn't die. Worm becomes the wasp. That's the example. So, what is he saying here? Samarth Ramdas Swami says here, you look at Bhagavan as the stunned look. See, this stunned look is very Thakkita Ho Nipahe is a very interesting thing to say. See, generally you are stunned by something that comes suddenly at you. Something that is known to you, you never look at it in a surprised or stunned way. But why this word is used? Because when you are stunned, you don't look anywhere else. When something suddenly comes, you are just stuck by it. They say, struck by that. And when you are struck by that, then you don't see anywhere else. He says to the mind, look at Bhagavan Sri Rama with that kind of look, with that kind of focus, with that kind of attention, that you should not get diverted towards anything else. And one day you will also become that. Bheje Brahmara Kitavat. Brahmara Kita Nyaya it is called. Right? Avadnya kada ho yadarthi na kije. Please don't digress or disregard my prayer. Please follow this. Jaya varniti veda shastre purane. Jaya cheni yoge samadhana bane. Taya lagi he sarva chanchalya dije. Mana sajjana raghavi vasti kije. One about whom all the Veda, Shastra, Puranas and all the scriptures are praising whom? That same Lord. Only when that Lord comes in our life becomes complete, our life becomes fulfilled. We saw last time, no? He is that Purnatva in our life. Otherwise, our life is always Apurna. Every human being's, everyone's life is Apurna only. There is some kind of incompleteness. Don't try to fill that incompleteness with another incomplete object. Fill it with the complete Bhagavan. That's the point here, no? Taya lagi he sarva chanchalya dije. And he says, yes, I agree that, oh my mind, I know you are very chanchala. You are continuously moving. You are not focused on one place. Yeah? And it is very much nature of you to be restless. Now you surrender this restlessness at his feet. Surrender his restlessness at his feet. I think in Chandogya Upanishad, there is one very beautiful analogy that is given. A parrot is tied by his feet to a pole. There is a pole, and to that pole, this parrot's feet are tied with a string. So, what happens is, parrot goes here and there up till the length of the rope, no, length of the thread. It goes here and there, but doesn't find anything to sit on, and then comes back and sits on the same pole. Why? It has got a limited, so to say there is a freedom. So to say there is freedom to go anywhere. But because of that one thread which is tied, it comes back. And Chandogya says there that Disham Disham Padito, it goes to all different directions, and Anyat Alambanam Alabdwa, and not seeing anywhere else where it can rest, it comes back to the same place. And he says the mind also goes here and there, goes to different things of the world, and understands that there is nothing, and then comes back and sits, at the feet of the Lord. Haven't we seen this in our own life also? Being attracted by glamour, we went to all kinds of things of the world. But finally, when we actually get it, we say there is nothing in it. All those people who are at the top, when we have not got that thing, we look up to them and we say, oh my God, you look at these people, they are so famous, they go here, they go there, they can go anywhere they want, and they have so much of wealth, and they are so powerful, this, that. You go and ask those people, they say there is nothing, it's just a lie. There are so many crores of people dying to become famous. And those who are famous, what do they say? They say fame is a myth. See? So, what is a clever thing to do? Clever thing to do is not to run after it, get it and then leave it. Look at the people around and give it up beforehand only, What is the point in going through the whole thing and then understand that, oh, there is nothing? Be clever. Be satisfied, be content only with God. Bring that God in your life, and then okay. All restlessness is there. Mind wants to go here and there. Yes, no problem. Put him in God. Within God, let the mind go anywhere it wants. This story of God, that story of God, another story of God, another scripture, another text to study. Keep mind busy with all these things, so that mind will not go to anything of the world. Right? Mana Sajjana Raghavi Vastiki. And the last verse that we saw, Mana Pavije Sarvahi Sukha Jethe, Ati Adare Thevije Lakshate The, Viveke Kudi Kalpana Palatije, Mana Sajjana Raghavi Vastiki. It says that where there is all joy, Bhagavan is the source of all contentment and all joy. Ati Adare Thevije Lakshate. With lot of respect and attention, you should focus on that thing. On what? On that Lord which gives all joy. Aren't you looking for joy, and therefore you are looking towards the world? Isn't it, oh my mind? If you are going towards the world for joy, please understand the main source of all joys is Bhagavan. Now focus on it. Viveke kudi kalpana palatije. Viveke, by discrimination, turn away from all the negativities and stay in Bhagavan. This is what we have seen so far. Now, let us see verse number 41. Bahu hindata saukhya honar nahi, shinave parina tudehi takahi, vichare bare antara bodha vije, mana sajjana raghavi vasti kije. Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. Another very beautiful verse. He says, Bahu hindata saukhya honarana. He says we go from places to place to place, roam here and there, seeking joy. Bahu means many places. Hindata means by roaming. Saukhya honaranahi. You will not become happy. You think that you will go here, then you will become happy. No, then you are not satisfied, then you go there, then you become happy. No, then that is also not satisfied, then you go. It won't. What will happen? Shinave pari natude hitakahi. You will only get exhausted, exerted. Shinave pari. Natude, there no benefit will come by that. Some people know they have And I have lot of respect for such people, different kind of respect, but respect is there. Those people who have patience while purchasing things, shopping, those people who can do shopping for hours, I have a lot of respect for their patience. I don't know how, I'm sure many of you also are capable of doing that. I don't know how you do it. You go to a shop and then ask that person to show some 10, 15, 20, 50, say 100, 150, 200 varieties of saris and this and that, and then choose one. My God, and it is not a simple thing. I used to go in my childhood with my mother for shopping because I didn't have any option. She won't leave me alone at home, so she used to take me. And really patience. You really need to have patience. For gents, no, most of the times the shopping is very simple. Headache is not there. Go to a shop, tell them one blue jeans, one black jeans, 4 or 5 t-shirts. Any color of t-shirts will go with blue or black. You bring it, you come. So when I still remember when I got a job and I had to wear that formal dresses. We never wore formal full shirts and and formal pants, etc. Those were not there. So I took my mother for shopping, and then that's the only time I have taken my mother for shopping, okay, for your information. That's the only time. All other times I used to go with her. But then there, when that lady who was showing the dresses, first trousers she showed me, and I said, yeah, this is very good. Now show me that. And my mother looked at me and says, what do you mean? What do you mean this is good? But you have not seen everything. I said, that doesn't matter. I like this. This is a good color, good cotton, very good. Let us go move forward. No. You have to see. Then some 50 trousers, etc. she showed. Finally, we took the first one only, that's what most of the times you also do. I know you very well. You see everything and finally take the first one that you liked only. But there's so much of patience. Do this, that. And that is why when you come back from shopping, you are so tired. And that's why you always say, oh, I am very tired. What did you do? Shopping. How can shopping be tiresome? That is not because of the things that you have purchased. It is because of the things that you have not purchased. That's what, because of that you are tired. All the things that you rejected. You go here, there, one shop is not, then second shop, then third shop. You go to, Pune, we have that entire Lakshmi Road is there, no? All sari shops are there. And you don't, what is this? So many shops, and interestingly, in all shops there are same saris only, because the vendor who is sending is the same vendor. They don't have anybody from different vendors. No. Every shop is same, but no, you go from here, then you don't like any sari from that shop, then you come out and go to some other shop. That's why I say I have a lot of respect for such people. And of course, Pune being a very considerate city, I don't know about other cities, Pune people are very good in this. They have made lot of, they have taken care of the husbands very well. So when the wives, etc. go for shopping, they have a separate sitting area with chairs and charging spot for husbands. I am not joking. You go and check. If you have doubt, go and check. And of course, for those ladies who are doing shopping, of course, when you go, there are nice mattresses, etc. put with white color bed sheet, and you can literally sit down, so that, see, it's shopping is a ritual, no? It will take some time. You have to go through all the steps properly. So you go there, sit, AC, fan, everything is there, and they will show you everything. And husbands are also not very angry. They are sitting there. Finally, because their work will come when the payment is to be made, no? So rest of the time they are just sitting there with children in hand. Earlier they used to stand, now they have nice chairs and charging spot also, so they can put mobile and spend some time on mobile also. So that's, but what I am saying is, Bahu Hindata Saukya Honara Nahi. We go from this place to that place seeking happiness. That's what we do with people also. We are with this person, then we are not happy, then we go to another person, ask for more happiness from that person, then that also doesn't give happiness, then we go to the third person. We keep roaming. In the scriptures, one example is given, and that of Kasturi Mriga, musk deer. This Kasturi Mriga is actually an animal which they say has got very intoxicating smell that the deer gets, and it keeps looking for that source of that intoxicating fragrance. From where is that smell coming? And it keeps running everywhere, not realizing throughout that smell, that fragrance is coming from its own stomach. Its stomach is the source of that intoxicating fragrance, Kasturi. But it keeps running, seeking for that. We may laugh at this Kasturi Mriga, but we are no different. The source of all happiness is within us. That Lord present in us as that pure consciousness, pure bliss, but we don't recognize it. We run to this place, that place, seeking for little bit of joy. Therefore, Samarth Ramdas Swami says here, Bahu hindata saukhya honar nahi. You know, even in spirituality, people keep roaming. Do you know this? They love shopping, no? Spirituality is also shopping mall only. So they come to this organization, they listen to 2-3 things, then go to another organization, listen to something or read some book, go to third organization, do this. I will tell you, if you have not got it in the first one, you will never get it anywhere. Because it is not the problem of the organization or the book that you are studying. If you are not understanding the essence of it, you will not get it. Think about it. Go from here and there and there and there. Bahu hindata saukhya honar nahi. Even spiritual joy you will not get by roaming here and there. Some people think that, unless we go for lot of yatras and unless we go to different places, etc., we will not be able to see. See, when you go to other places also, I like that movie very much. Some time back, I don't remember the name of the movie. Ranbir Kapoor and Deepika's one movie is there, where they are going to a place to see everything. And he has got a list of things, list of all the places to visit in that city, Udaipur, I think, Rajasthan. And he keeps on telling, we have to still go there, we have to still go here, we have to still go here. But she says, why? We are happy here. Why should we go to other places and see everything? No, but what if we miss that? And she says, what if we miss this? It's a thought-provoking scene. And it shows how we also should live. We always have a list of places to visit in a city, and we always have a list of things that we want to do in this life. Why? Why should we do everything? Why can't we focus on the essential and just do that? Just because everybody is doing and therefore all these things are must. Is it required that we have to do all those things and tick everywhere? Why can't we focus just on essential? Be happy when the moment we finish that essential, be happy with it. Why should we go for more? Think about it. Bahu hindata saukhya honar nahi. Shinave pari natude hitakai. You must have seen that dog also. Sometimes these dogs, they want to catch their own tail. Have you seen? And they keep on going round and round around themselves. Have you seen? Because when they try to catch the tail moves forward and they keep. And after some time they become tired and they sit down and the tail automatically comes in front. That is how it is. You run behind it, it will run away from you. You sit, it will come to you. Unasked. So rather than running behind all the joys, we must understand that the source is there, right? We can't even say within us. We are that source of joy. That Lord is present in us, isn't it? And at that moment when we stop all this unnecessary roaming, vichare bare antara bodha vije. Samarth Ramdas Swami says, vichare, with lot of clear thinking, antara bodha vije. Please convince yourself. Please understand it intrinsically. What? That the place where you should reside is Bhagavan. Mana sajjana raghavi vasti kije. Don't roam here and there seeking happiness. Right? Out of happiness, if you are roaming, that's a different thing altogether. But seeking happiness, no. Right? That is the point. There is one very famous story of our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji. Swami Swarupananji tells this story, quite often. Once Swamiji Swarupananji, when he was, youngster studying in college, etc., and long story is there. I am not going to tell you the entire story, but they all those youngsters, they decided that near the place where the Jnana Yajna of Gurudev was happening, after they finished Gurudev's class, etc., they went to a hill and just to become calm away from the city, because Gurudev used to give lectures and they used to be so elevating that you don't want to get into the world immediately. So these people went to that hill, just on top, and just to calm themselves and focus on what Gurudev had spoken. Other people didn't know why these youngsters have gone, and they complained to Gurudev, and Gurudev was like, my youngsters will never go for something like that. So when these people came to meet Gurudev and Gurudev was leaving for the next location, and they told that this is what happened and that's why we went to the hill, and Gurudev said a very beautiful thing. He said, don't go to peaks to meditate. In meditation, attain peaks. We don't have to go to that highest spot to meditate. Sit in your home and attain that peace here. Very powerful thing. Many times when we get a chance to go to a holy place, we think that there is some kind of attraction, there is some kind of magical power is there in the place. Of course there will be, but I am saying, please think about how can your house become a holy place. Rather than always going to such a place to become spiritual, why can't that place where you sit and study, the place in front of your altar, why can't that become the place which is positively charged? Wherever you are, stay there and focus on God. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji also in Vivek Chudamani says very clearly, Upayaha desha kaladyaha santi asmin sahakarina. Desha and kala, auspicious time, auspicious place, all these are secondary things. Adhikarinam ashaste. What is most important is one's ability, eligibility, availability. That is what is most important. All other things, we should start at such a time and therefore we should go there and, I want to start from there. It is all okay. But that is not the main thing. Right? That is what Samarth Ramdas Swami also says here. By roaming here and there, it will be a futile exertion. You will just get tired by it. Just don't keep roaming. Focus on Bhagavan. Stay in Bhagavan. That's what you should do. Now what? Continues. Next verse. Bahuta pari heche ata dharave Raghunayaka pulese karave Dinanath he todari brida gaze Mana sajjana raghavi vasti kije Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. He says, Bahutapari hechi ata dharave. Rather than Bahutapari. Means what? He says, Hechi means this alone. Bahutapari means that which is being pointed by many, many wise people. That one thing you should hold on to. Raghunayaka apulese karave. You should make Raghunayaka, Bhagavan Sri Rama, as yours. In Bhakti literature also, in Bhakti Shastra also, they say there are two levels of understandings of Bhaktas. First Bhakta says, oh Lord, I am yours. And I am yours, you say, that means you surrender. Surrendering is the first step of Bhakti. But then he says, you are mine. Oh Lord, you are mine. This is Varnam, this is choosing. When this Varnam happens, when you choose Lord over everything else, then you actually start to progress. So here, Samarth Ramdas Swami is talking about that next step. Bahuta pari hecha karave, raghunayaka apule se karave. You make Lord yours. What do you mean you make Lord yours? When you are in any kind of trouble, whom do you remember? You remember person who is yours. You will not remember a stranger. You will remember your mother, your father, your brother, your daughter, son, whoever. Whoever is yours, you will remember them. Like that, if Sri Rama becomes mine, then whom will I remember? I will remember him. Isn't it? Dinanath he todari bridagaje. And we have earlier also seen that Bhagavan's promise, breather, is resounding, is well known. Earlier also he has said that he is not going to forsake us, he is not going to leave us. When he has given such a promise, then the only thing that you should do is, you should make Lord yours and stay with that Lord, stay in that Lord. Mana sajjana raghavi kvasti kiji. One way of looking at this verse. There is another way of looking at that first line. Bahutapari heche ata dharave. Bahutapari also means, what more to say? I have told you same thing in so many ways. So what is the main point? You just do this. What? Make Lord yours. What is the point in telling this again and again and in more ways? So this also becomes the last verse of that series. Mana sajjana raghavi vasti kije. That refrain ends here. And therefore that first line can be interpreted in another way also, where it means that what more to say? Bahutapari. Why should I tell you in more and more ways? There is only one simple point. Heche ata dharave. Please understand, there is only one point. What? Raghunayaka apule se karave. Make Bhagavan Sri Rama yours. Right? He will never leave you. You keep focus on him. This is a very, very special thing about Lord. He never leaves us. What we do is, we leave him and go away from him. Sometimes even fighting with him and go away from him. That's what we do. He never gives us up. And that's why the moment we turn, he is still there. The same place where we left him, he is still there, standing, waiting for us. Also requesting us, look at me, I am there, I can solve your problem. Surrender, give up this ego, give all these things. No, we keep on fighting. In Marathi, there is one very beautiful abhanga. मागे उभा मंगेश, पुढे उभा मंगेश, माझ्याकडे देव माझा पाहतो आहे. Lata Mangeshkar has sung very, very beautiful. I think both Lata Mangeshkar and Asha Bhosle both have sung. Very, very beautiful. Mangesha is Lord Shiva. In Goa, there is a famous Mangeshi temple is there, no? And Mangeshkar, Lata Mangeshkar, their family deity also is that only. So the song says that Bhagavan is in front of me, Bhagavan is behind me, and that Bhagavan is always looking at me. So I remember once, my mother sings very well. So my mother was singing this song in front of Swamiji, Swami Purushottomananji. And see, when you have to sing in front of somebody, you suddenly become cautious. You have to remember the lyrics properly, and you have to pay attention that your swaras are correctly hitting and all these things are happening. So automatically when you are singing in front of people, you become conscious of all that. And I remember I was a small child at that time, and she finished her song and she looked at Swamiji, and Swamiji looked at her and said that the song says that माझ्याकडे देव माझा पाहतो आहे, my Lord is looking at me. And Swamiji looked at her and said, God is looking at you, but are you looking at him? That is the question. You are singing a song for him, but is he in your mind? Or are you focusing only on all these things? What swara, what tala, what lyrics? That is something that is very important. He is always looking at us. He is always there to protect. But are we looking at Him? Are we choosing Him? That's the difference. That is something that we must pay attention to. And my mother always tells this anecdote and tells, how these Mahatmas, even in one sentence teach us so many things. And it changes the entire perspective of life. I remember one prayer that she always used to do. Oh Lord, may your grace and blessings always be on us. And may I always know that your grace and blessings is always on us. The second line is so important. Actually, first line is not important at all. You are saying your grace and blessings be always, that is already there. What is more important is we should be aware that this is His blessing because of which it is happening. He is already looking at us. He is already taking care of us. Are we looking at Him? So when He says Raghunayaka Apulesa Karave, God has already made you His. But have you made God yours? That is the question that we need to answer. When we do that, then everything falls correctly at its place. That is what Samarth Ramdas Swami says here. Now, any philosophy that doesn't give the practical means is no philosophy. If you are going to tell me very big things, but if you are not going to tell me how to do that, what is the point? So you keep on saying for last few verses, Raghavi Vasti Kije, stay in the Lord, stay in the Lord. How to stay in the Lord? How to remain close with Him? That is the next topic which he will cover in next 4 verses. We will see that. Let us see. Verse number 43. Mana sajjana ek jeevi dharave, janiya pule hi tatuva karave, raghu nayaka veena bolo nakoho, sada manasito nijadhyasa raho. Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. Beautiful. He says, Mana sajjana ek jeevi dharave. Please understand one thing on my mind. What? Jani apule hita tuva karave. In the world, if you want to live, you have to think of your own benefit. Samarth Ramdas Swami is telling to his mind. So that means we have to tell this to our mind. And oh my mind, where is your benefit? Your benefit is in Lord. And therefore, Raghu Nayaka Veena Bolo Nakoho. Please do not speak of anything other than Lord. I tell you, most difficult thing to do. Not easy at all. Why? Because all our favorite topics are of things other than God. Fact or no? Go and wherever there are people sitting together and discussing. It might be, on that tea shop or bus stop, marriages, where, circles will be formed, and in colleges, etc., we call it katta, the places where all the college students will come together and sit. In all these places where people come together and discuss, what are the topics that they discuss? Something of the world, yes or no? It will be either about some movie or some cricket or something, or politics, very favorite topic nowadays. That is something that they want to discuss. Or they will discuss about this or that, some other person in their life. Nobody wants to discuss about God. Why people love coming to ashram is because most of the conversations that happen here are about God. And therefore what happens automatically is this is a new topic for many, and therefore they like it. You go to meet Mahatmas, most topics there will be either about God or devotees of God. Isn't it? Either Bhagavan or Bhakta. And if you talk about Bhakta, you are talking about Bhagavan only, because what is the life of Bhakta? It is completely focused on Bhagavan. So he says, Raghu Nayaka Veena Bolo Nako. Do not speak of anything other than Bhagavan. Sada manasi to nijadhyasa raho. Always in your mind, you ever remain with those thoughts, with the thoughts of Bhagavan. We have got 3 instruments with us. Kaya, Vak, Manas. For actions. Body, speech and mind. So here Samarth Ramdas Swami is focusing on 2. The letter 2. What are they? Speech and mind. And therefore he says, with your speech don't speak of anything other than Sri Rama. And with your mind don't think of anything other than Sri Rama. But Vedji, I don't know much about Bhagavan. Okay, so whatever you know, you speak that. No, but that will finish fast. No, then what should I do? Then keep quiet. Then don't open your mouth at all. That's what he says. Next verse. Let us see. Verse number 44. Manare jani mouna mudra dharavi katha dare raghavachi karavi nase ramate dhama sodo nidyave sukha lagi aranya sevi tajave. Jai Jai Raghuveer Samartha. Absolutely practical tips. He says, Manare jani mouna mudra dharavi. Suppose you are among the people who are going to discuss about something other than Bhagavan. What should you do? Mouna mudra dharavi. Remain in silence. Don't speak. That famous story of Hastamalakacharya is there, no? He was a young boy and all the people in his village thought that he is mute. He is deaf and dumb. He doesn't know how to speak. Why? Because he never used to speak. Never used to answer anybody, nothing. And small, boy growing up and still not talking at all, parents automatically became, little worried and started taking that boy to everybody. All the, sometimes they take him to even black magicians and all these things. Oh, what is the problem? Vaidyas, etc., doctors, everywhere they took. Some Mahatmas also. So one day Shankaracharya ji was in their village and parents took this young boy to Shankaracharya ji and told that he from his childhood does not speak at all and doesn't do anything. So please tell what is the issue. So Shankaracharya ji looked at him and asked him question, who are you? And the boy's eyes suddenly became bright. And he started talking in Sanskrit only and told that Naham Manusho Nacha Deva Yaksha. I am not a human being. I am not Deva or Yaksha. I am not this. I am not that. I am that supreme consciousness which is always there in everything. And Shankaracharya ji was surprised, but more than Shankaracharya ji, his parents were surprised. What happened suddenly? And he went on and on and on. That Hastamalaka Stotra is there, no? He composed that there only. Then everybody, why did you not speak for such a long time? So he said, because nobody asked me right question. He said, it is not my mistake that I did not speak. What people used to ask me, what is your name? Whose son are you? You are from which village? He said, all these questions are about the world. Here is a one person who asked me right question, who am I? And I gave answer. Liberated soul, then became Shishya of Bhagavan Shankaracharya and started going with Shankaracharya everywhere, became Mathadipati also after Shankaracharya. How? Nobody is asking right thing. So, when the world is going to talk about the world, what should you do? No, not that you go and talk about the world. No. Mauna mudra dharavi. You remain silent. See, as a sadhaka, this is what we must do. There are different rules for different people. I remember when we were studying in Sandipani, when we are seekers there, staying in the ashram, mouna is very important. And therefore, there was a time night 9:30 to morning 9. There was mouna. Nobody will speak anything. Why 9:30? Because that was the time when all our full days things will come out. No? Night time is the main time when we want to speak. And whole day you are busy with classes. Anyways, you can't speak. At daytime, you have Sanskrit class, chanting class, Vedanta class, and Satsang, and you have assignments. You don't get time. So only time you get it at night. At that time, mouna. You can't speak. Why? Very important this is. When you are a sadhaka, you keep mouna, so many things, unnecessary things will not come to you. You will not get disturbed by all those things. And you see, mouna actually, see how beautiful the word is. Mouna comes from root man only. The same root from where muni has come. So mouna means manana shila. Reflective person is called as mouna, mauni. So mouna doesn't mean not speaking with speech. That's not the only meaning. Meaning is because you are reflecting on higher ideas, therefore you are not talking. There are many people who do mouna and then they keep chatting on phone. But Vedji, I am doing mouna. So they tell also, because I am in mouna, I am available only on WhatsApp. Wow, what kind of mouna is this? Or that is the same time they want to show everything with their hand gestures. But then what kind of mouna is this? This is not sadhana for you. This is sadhana for other people to understand what you are trying to tell. Just say that one sentence and finish, na? That is not called as mouna. Mouna means when you are in that reflective zone, you are in that kind of mental state that you don't want to open your mouth. So many times it happens that you listen to somebody's session, you listen to some talk, and you just don't want people to talk. You don't want to talk. You just want to remain in that same state of mind, isn't it? That state of mind is called as mouna. Mouna is not a state of speech. Mouna is a state of mind, which results into state of speech that you don't want to talk and therefore you remain in silence. So silence is for inner reflection. Those who don't speak because doctor has told not to speak, that is because vocal cords have some problem. That is not, that's one kind of mouna, but that is for a different reason. This is a different kind of mouna. Mouna is silence at the level of speech and also at the level of mind. That is very important. That's more important rather. And see, one more thing. These are the practical steps, and therefore we have to see practical applicability of all these things. They sound very, very good, but not very easy to practice. To keep mind empty of all the thoughts of the world and to keep that mind focused on God is not easy. It is not easy. Therefore, though he is saying that Manare jani mouna mudra dharavi, you remain in silence, katha adare raghavachi karavi. When you open your mouth, you should open it for speaking about Lord. Katha adare raghavachi. To speak of his glories, his name, his stories, leelas, etc. For that only you should open your mouth. That is real mouna. That is real mouna. I remember Puja Guruji also, Swami Tejamananji, once, for 4 months he was in mouna. What did he do? He just used to be in his room, reflect, study, come out and give one lecture on Srimad Bhagavata and go back. Now many people ask, but he is talking for 1.5 hours. How is it mouna? That is the real mouna. When you don't speak of anything else, you speak only about God. That is the real mouna. Words are coming out of his mouth, but that doesn't mean mouna is broken. No, that is the real mouna. Nase ramate dhama sodo ni dhyave. Where there is no Rama, where Sri Rama, where God's topic is not there, you should leave that place. Sukha alagi aranya sevita dave, and stay in the forest of bliss. That's what Samarth Ramdas Swami says. What it also indicates is Dhama is generally used for a very palatious place, very beautiful place. And Aranya forest is where there is nothing. So what Samarth Ramdas Swami is trying to indicate is, even if you have all the riches of the world, in the house, but the house does not speak or does not entertain any spiritual things, then such a place is of no use. Forest where there is nothing or where there are only bare minimum things, but there is a talk of Bhagavan, that is a better place. That is a better place to live. I hope by now you must have recognized this. No, just big houses do not keep our mind quiet. We thought that when we have a bigger house and nice and everything comfortable, life will be there, then it will be nice. But somewhere we still miss that small place where we grew up. Didn't have much materially, but there was a spiritual touch. Every day we used to come together in front of that, and there was not even that entire room was not there for Bhagavan, because that much space was not there. So Bhagavan probably was in one of the corners of the house, but that was the place which we all remember, where we spent so much of time in front of it. All will come together with full family and chant something, isn't it? Now, please don't take it in other way that if there are comforts, there can... that is not the point. If there is a palatial house where spirituality is happening, very good. Nothing like it. The point is what? Point is, let Sri Rama be there. Let Bhagavan's topic be there. Chant something of Bhagavan. Remember Bhagavan. Take his name. Listen to his stories. Tell his stories. That is what should happen. Where there is no Rama, you should not be at that place. In one of the sessions earlier, we had seen Hanumanji's story also. When Hanumanji was gifted that mala by Sita ji, he was breaking every single pearl and checking. Why? Where there is no Ram, then what is the point? Isme Ram nahi hai. There is nothing in it. Nase Ramate dhama sodo ni dhyave. Sukha lage aranya sevita dave. Be in a place, even if it is forest place, but if it has Sri Rama, be there. Continues. Next verse, let us see. Jaya cheni sange samadhana bhange ahanta akasmat yeu nilage taye sangati chi jani kona godi jiye sangati ne matira masodi. Jai Jai Raghuvir Samartha. Oh, what a beautiful thing. So now he has said, with your speech you should only speak of Bhagavan, with your mind you should only think of Bhagavan, and if there is such topic is not there, don't speak and get out of that place where there is no such topic. Now what? He continues with the Sangha. Sangha is association, company of people. He says, Jaya Cheni Sange Samadhana Bhange. By whose company you lose your peace of mind. Ahanta akasmata yeuni lage. In whose company you become more and more arrogant and egoistic. Taye sangati chi jani kona godi, jiye sangati ne mati rama sodi. In whose company you go away from Sri Rama. Taye sangati chi jani kona godi. Who wants such a company? Means what? You should not want such a company. That's the point. Company of people who will disturb your peace of mind, who will make you more and more arrogant, and who will take you away from Bhagavan is the company that you should give up. In Bhajagovindam, Bhagavan Shadi Shankaracharya says, Trijagati Sajjana Sangati Reka Bhavati Bhavarnavatarane Nauka. In crossing this ocean of samsara, there is only one boat, and that is Sajjana Sangati. That's the company of good, company of noble people. On the contrary, company of bad people, what will it do? It will drown you in that ocean of samsara. That is what he is saying here. If you are with a company of people where your peace of mind is disturbed, some people are like that. We are also like that only many times, that we like fighting. And therefore, we want to fight for no reason also. For a long time I have not fought. This cannot be the reason for next fight. But we like, no, it's some people know, if in the house there is too much of quietude, they can't take it. They say, how come, nobody is saying anything, nobody is shouting, they become very uneasy. So means what? Some shouting should happen, and somebody should get angry on somebody and throw somebody out, and then that such company which will disturb your peace of mind is not a good company. Another kind of company is there, they will not disturb your peace of mind, but they will keep on, saying nice things about you so that you become egoistic. Ahanta akasmata yevo lage. There are people who like to be with such people. You say nice things about, and they have those company, reciprocation also is there. You praise me, I praise you. They both praise each other, and that is how they live. We used to call it mutual admiration society. Mutual admiration society. They just keep praising each other. Why? Nobody is praising, so you praise me, I will praise you. Then what will happen? Both of them will have a lot of ego. Don't be in such company also. Jiye sangati ne mati rama sodi. By whose company your mati, your mind leaves Sri Rama. Taye sangati chi jani kona godi. Who wants such a company in the world? Don't desire for such association, such company. Rather, be associated with people who will take you closer to God, who will keep you grounded, and who will make sure that you have that peace of mind. Be in such a company. Such a company, such an association, Sangha is very rare to find. And therefore, when we find it, we don't want to lose it. It happens so many times, when we get into mission, Chinmaya Mission, and then we have such study groups, etc. Once we start to get the taste, we don't want to give up. Why? Because that is the place where nobody is judging anybody. You just go there, you discuss about Vedanta, and you come home. All the time peace of mind is there, not anybody shouting, and otherwise I have seen many places when there is discussion on Vedanta also, the fight only happens. But here, everybody is taking into account everybody's viewpoint. We are also reflecting on something very interesting. We are always with the thought of Lord. That thought of Lord will make everything perfect. As long as that is maintained, such an association we should always want to have. That is what is the practical tip. The question is, how can I be with God all the time? He has given the practical tip. Be careful about what you speak. Be careful about what you think. And be careful about with whom you associate. These are the 3 points that he has said. One more verse is there in this series, and few more verses will start. We will see in the next session. Sufficient for today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.